The real power of a journey can be found in the way those who come after it's completed describe it. In this week's Parsha, Parshat Masei, we have a long, long list of the journeys of the people Israel through the desert during their time, wandering all the way from Egypt, all around the area until they finally got to the Promised Land. And we find ourselves this week on the cusp of completing that journey. And the way that it's told is very powerful. We are told that they departed Egypt biyad Ramah, with a raised hand. And a raised hand doesn't mean a hand like this. Raised hand with gratitude and a recognition of the burden of being a free people. And this week in the world, we are finding that burden to be almost impossible to lift and bear, with violence entering its 19th day as Israel struggles to defend itself against Hamas. The world's criticism is growing larger and larger, and there is no question that the travesty, the absolute devastation of so many civilian lives in Gaza is terrible and worthy of mourning beyond words. The traumatized Israeli population that is under threat of missiles, more than 2,000 of which have been fired during the last few weeks, that is also beyond words. No one should be in a position of suffering beyond words. This is the journey that we have been on as a people, that many peoples have been on. But in our telling of it, in our narrative, in our true history, this is something that we come to recognize. It's something that we know is there. It's in the shadows sometimes. We have moments of peace. But this bombardment of missiles from Hamas and the attacks on Jews around the world, it is all too familiar. And so when I look at today's Torah portion, this week's reading, and I have the list of all the places we've been, imagine all the packing up of our homes and the rebuilding of our homes that we were called to take on a redemptive journey, all the way towards realizing a promise. Now, no promise is simple, but this journey, which has required unpacking and packing, results in the building of a home that we will not pack up. We have built, we will continue to build, and we will be an inspiration for those who see our building as a model for their own. Too much death this week, too much suffering. The journey continues. We have an obligation to make sure that our journey inspires the journeys of others, and even if the world's media won't recognize that there is an ethical dimension to the way Israel is defending itself, it is our obligation to not retaliate by losing that very dimension. We are called to be humans. We are called to protect our family and to protect all families. And when God graces us with the strength to breathe, the space to reflect, we will repair the parts of ourselves that need repairing, and we will be part of the rebuilding here, there, and everywhere. May there be peace.